Hey guys, and welcome in our studio. And let me see, we just uploaded a new video in the Quite Frankly episodes, and we're just home from professional imaging. So I thought, let's show you guys a little bit around our studio. So this is our studio in Emmeloord, and this is our main podium. Actually, our studio was in the past a church, believe it or not. And we bought it and built it into this studio. Now you can see the main space. And this is actually my working space. So I have a 3-monitor setup, an ISO as main monitor, Adobe RGB of course, a monitor next to it where I normally hold my tools, my email, and a monitor on top where I watch Discovery Channel, National Geographic, or the Learning Channel, because I love to do that stuff during editing. Now we have some stuff here that I really like. All the license plates. We have a tradition that everywhere we go in the world we try to buy a license plate. For example, if I teach somewhere, I try to get something. I always love these things, the Coca-Cola stuff. And it's more like, I love the old vintage style. So I got a little bit of an addiction to buying that stuff, but I don't buy too much. So I want a little bit of a tour through the studio. Okay. And we have some strobes, and I was just back from from a trade show, so it's a little bit of a mess. Now, one of the things that's really cool in our studio, I think, is this stuff. Now, what you can see here are actually wheels and walls. Now, we actually have walls on wheels, believe it or not. It's really cool in the studio, because now what we can do is we can actually move the walls. And I can see it because I'm filming it with my iPhone, of course. So you can move the walls all the way through the studio, creating nice scenes. And the only thing you have to clone out, of course, are the wheels under the walls. So let's turn this one back. Now we also have walls where are no wheels under the floor. Under the walls. And that's are actually these walls, which some of my interns painted. That's really cool. And if you look at the back, you see actually how we do it. It's a little bit of physics, because there's a lot of weight on it. They can't fall forward. Hello Vienna, Austria, how are you? Do we have any storage for props? No. The problem with storage for props is then we have a separate room where all the props are, and that room we can use for other stuff. So I actually store all my props in the studio. Now that's a mess, and I know, but at least we have some room then. So here we have some modifiers. And actually we do have storage when I go up on the stage. Now what you can actually do is look around here. And no, we don't have Nikon gear, but we do have a Nikon bag. So here we store some of the scan lights from Ellengrom and some of the smaller stuff. Now in our studio, where's the coffee table? Dude, I don't drink coffee, but I will show you in a minute. This is our loading station. This is where we charge all our gear, like the batteries and everything. So, and upstairs, of course, there's the Fodex gear for the small strobes. We have some tether tools, cables, and here we go. So this is where the small batteries are and the video cams. All the Ellengrom gear, like the Rangers and Quadras. And here we have the rest. And of course, in the background, the Westcott nice light. Now, this is an area where I don't have any light, but this is where our routers are to make sure that we have internet via satellite or ADSL. Now I love this. This is actually a main controller, and that means there's a computer inside that plays old vintage video games like Pac-Man, which I absolutely love, by the way, and Galaga. So let's move a little bit more to the studio. We have 2 more walls here that can move. We have 10 pieces of paper. Hello Istanbul. And of course we have these guys. Now a little bit of a tip. Now a lot of people use these iron chains. And the iron chains are pretty cool, but I would like to advise you to use plastic chains. You can break them a little bit more easier, but the iron chains in the end will start hurting your hands. Let's walk a little bit more. And now we're gonna go into an area that's actually a total mess at the moment, because Anna Week is still cleaning up after the trade show. So you can see a lot of the stuff from the trade show here. But this is our welcome room. So you see a lot of the photos I took. This is an area where we normally relax with our guests. And we have a tether tools outlet And there we have Anouk. Hello. So Anouk is still a little bit tired, of course. And we have our kitchen, which is actually also pretty nice. And Anouk's her office. This is where all the interns sit. We actually have 2 interns normally. And this is Anouk's place. Of course, she's drinking tea today. There we go. And there we have the Epson printer where we normally print all our stuff. So let's walk a little bit more. And of course, a Sony A7R. Great camera. So we'll walk a little bit more back. This is all the clothing from a company called Sinister, which we use for our photo shoots. And here we have a lot of clothing from our stylist Nadine, which we also use for a lot of our photo shoots. Now we do sell boxes of DxO, because DxO, in my opinion, is just an awesome company. Now let's go a little bit outside so you can see the studio, but I have to be honest with you, it's very, very windy. So probably the sound will be very bad. We'll go outside anyway. Told you it would be windy. So those are our banners, StudioFD, and this is the building. So let's get back in, because it's very cold. There we go. Oh, thank you for all the hearts, that's really nice. And we go back inside. There we go. Now normally all the strobes are nicely on the side of the studio, so I can choose which modifiers I want to use. And I'm back in my own place. So now check out our YouTube channel on www.youtube.com/Frank Doorhof, because guys, just uploaded a new video in the Quite Frankly series. So check it out. Oh, my hair is I told you it was very, very windy outside. So check it out on YouTube/Frank Doorhof for a new episode of Quite Frankly. And in this episode I actually explain how to password protect your folders under macOS without any use of extra apps. Hey Dave, how are you? I love the chat in the bottom of this app, really cool. So guys, thank you for watching, and we'll do a Quite Frankly maybe live on Periscope later on. How is that idea? Doing a live Q&A, so you can ask any questions you want during the chat during this. Thanks for the insight. Well, you're very welcome. And quite Davely. that's really funny, dude. So anyway, during the next few weeks we'll be experimenting more with Periscope and see what we can do, and maybe do some Q&As live. Thank you very much for watching, and see you around, guys. Bye bye.